Hey guys, how's it going? It's Trieyx here, and today we're back with another Genshin Impact video. Before I start off this video, I just want to let you guys know that everything I say in this video is my own opinion, and I hope you guys respect my opinion as much as I respect yours. So I've been playing Genshin Impact for the past few weeks, and I've noticed one major and unique problem about this game, and that is that this game has an identity crisis. And what I mean by identity crisis is that this game doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be a mobile game or a console game. The reason why this problem is major because if you don't fix this problem, a lot of people I feel like are gonna stop playing this game, and that could lead to the downfall and ultimately the demise of Genshin Impact. The reason why I say this problem is unique is because we don't really see a game that is both a mobile game and a console game. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are some out there, but not to this extent. And not only that, but this is the first game that I really felt like it had an identity crisis. I never really played a game where I felt the same way. Like for the most part, when I play a game, I know what to expect and I kind of know what direction the company is trying to take the game. But with Genshin Impact, I'm not sure what the future of this game is going to be like, and I'm not sure that MiHoYo knows either. Granted, this game only came out for a month, so I don't really expect them to know what direction they're taking the game. Don't get me wrong, I really like the game a lot. Like I play this game almost every single day, and right now I'm currently at AR 39, so it's safe to say I play this game a lot. But no game is perfect, and Genshin Impact has its fair share of problems. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who noticed this. I haven't really watched any other Genshin videos, so I'm not sure if any other people have talked about this, but it's one of the big things I noticed when I started playing this game. As you guys know, MiHoYo, the developers for this game, are more known for developing mobile games. Like one of the games they developed was Honkai Impact 3rd. Another game they developed was the Gun Girl series, so yeah, that is also another mobile game. So for the most part, MiHoYo are more known to develop mobile games, as that's what they've been doing for a while now. And this game, Genshin Impact, was the very first time they really tried to delve into the console gaming world. I'm pretty sure what MiHoYo had in mind when developing this game was they were trying to make this a mobile game, but with the gameplay of that of a console game, if that makes any sense. Essentially what I'm trying to say is that MiHoYo is trying to make Genshin Impact a hybrid between a mobile game and a console game, but with more of a mobile game aspect in mind. I think this is because since they're so used to making mobile games, they decided to create a game with both mobile and console game aspects to ease their way into the console gaming world, since this is their first quote-unquote console game, and then they'll go full in on making a complete console game for the next game. You can tell that they really focused more on the mobile game aspect on this game with the whole resin system, as well as the continuous monthly updates to this game. So basically what I'm trying to say is that MiHoYo views Genshin Impact as a mobile game more than a console game, even though they're trying to use this game as a gateway to the console gaming world. And they were shocked when people who played this game expected this game to be a full-on console game. You see a lot of people complain about the resin system on Twitter and Reddit, and that was something I don't think MiHoYo thought would happen. Like the amount of people complaining about the resin system and saying how everything's locked behind that and the refresh rate for the resin system is really bad. Like the stamina system is a common thing in mobile games, and that's what MiHoYo does with a lot of their mobile games. They have their own stamina system, and they thought that was completely normal for this game because they viewed this game as a mobile game more than a console game, and they never expected people to view this game more as a full-on console game. So when they were met with all those complaints, they didn't know how to respond to it. And you can tell they didn't know how to respond to it, and that they didn't expect this to happen because in the 1.1 update, there was no plans on changing the resin system. They were going to keep the resin system the same as it was, and the only reason why they increased the resin system to 160 is because of the complaints. Another thing that people were complaining about was the lack of updates to this game, or rather how long each update takes. Like basically there's an update every 6 weeks, which is a pretty long time for an update, especially if you're trying to dive into the console gaming world, because when it comes to a console game, when you get the game's already finished. There is DLC here and there, but for the most part, the main game is finished. In this game, it's basically unfinished. They're gonna get updates every so often, so essentially, it's kind of a unfinished product, and people expecting this game to be a full-on console game didn't really expect that. And not only that, but for a mobile game, 6 weeks is a long time for an update, because usually in a mobile game, they update the game every 2 weeks, so 6 weeks is a very long time even for mobile game standards. But the reason why I think that it takes 6 weeks to update this game is because of the gameplay aspect. Like, this game's gameplay is essentially a console gameplay, so trying to push updates out every 2 weeks is kind of hard. It's easy to do that in a mobile game because a mobile game is not as complex as a console game. So the people who were expecting this game to be a full-on console game were disappointed when they got an unfinished product, and in terms of a mobile game, the updates take way too long. So yeah, this problem is a complete mess. The concept of a game that's a hybrid between a mobile and a console game is good on paper, but it's very hard to execute. Like, when I first saw that this game will have both mobile and console game aspect, I thought to myself, yeah, it's a great idea, and it's pretty good on paper, but it's probably not gonna work out. And the reason why I think this is because, like I said before, there are a lot of people who think of this game as a console game, and they want to play this game for hours on end. But usually, when it comes to console games, people spend like 3 or 4 hours playing a game, but in Genshin Impact, the mobile game aspect kind of hinder people from playing this game for long periods of time, because everything is locked behind the resin system, and you can't really farm these materials outside of the domains which require resin. And since resin takes so long to refill, and there's no really other way to replenish it other than spending the fragile resin, which it's pretty scarce on its own, or spending primo gem to refill your resin, so people kind of stuck there with nothing to do. I mean, yeah, you can go around and explore the world, collect the chests and whatever, so I can't really say there's nothing to do. It's just that if you want to progress and upgrade your characters, you gotta wait until your resin refills. And a lot of people, when they play these type of games, they want to get stronger, they want to upgrade their characters, and they can't do that because the resin system keeping them from being able to collect the materials they need to upgrade them. And not only that, but artifact farming is locked behind the resin system as well, because you can only farm the really good artifacts in the domain, and you can't get the rewards in the domain without resin. So without resin, you can't farm for artifacts to make your character stronger. Like, artifacts are really important in making a character stronger, and that's another thing that resin locks people from being able to do. Also, domains give a lot of Genshin rank EXP, and there's only so much world quest and chests you can collect, so domains are one of the main source of adventure rank EXP you can get. And with the resin system locking you out from getting the reward, it's gonna be really hard to increase your adventure rank when you're a higher level. That's why I think the resin system and basically the whole mobile game aspect of this game is holding this game back from its true potential. Like, for me personally, the resin system doesn't really bother me too much because I don't really play this game as much as other people do. Like, for the most part, I kind of play this game for like 2-3 hours a day, and that's kind of about it. Whereas other people play this game for hours on end, or rather they want to play this game for hours on end, and they can't do that because the resin system is holding them back from being able to actually play the game. The only thing that bothers me about this game is mostly the updates. I really enjoy the story of this game, but having updates every 6 weeks kinda suck, but I do understand why it takes so long, so I can't really blame them, but at the same time, you know, I really want to get to the next part of the story. Like, I'm really curious how this game would be like if there was no mobile game aspect in this game, like if they released a fully completed console game, kinda like Breath of the Wild. It'll probably take them about another 1 or 2 years before they're actually able to release this game, because as of right now, there's only 2 areas you can go to, Mondstadt and Leeway, and by the time this game finishes, there should be 7 areas, so they still have 5 more areas to develop, and that'll probably take a little bit. Like, Breath of the Wild took a little bit to release as well, so it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that this game will probably take another 1 or 2 years before it's actually able to fully be completed if they were to make this a full-on console game. But yeah, anyways, I think the whole mobile and console game aspect could work together. It's just that MiHoYo had to switch their view of this game from being a mobile game to a console game. But not only that, they have to cater more to the console game aspect of this game, especially since this game is technically their first quote-unquote console game. They have to make this game more of a console game rather than a mobile game. Because me personally, I kind of consider this a mobile game rather than a console game because of how this game is structured. Like, I can't really play this game for hours on end like a console game. Okay, well, I could, but a lot of the fun stuff is kind of locked behind the resin, so the only thing I can do is explore and just farm for materials in the overworld if I have no story quests to do. Or I can do Abyss, but I can't really do Abyss if I can't get stronger, and the only way to get stronger is by doing domains, and I can't do that because of resin, so yeah, it's kind of a full circle. But yeah, they don't really need to get rid of the resin system. I think it's perfectly fine as long as they implement some changes to it. Some of the changes they can do is to speed up the resin refill rate. I think it takes about 8 minutes to refill one resin. Like if they lower it down to like 5 minutes or something like that, it'll be a lot better. Another thing they can do is to lower the resin cost in the domains and the ley line. Instead of making it cost 20, maybe make it cost 10. Another thing they can do is give us maybe 1 or 2 fragile resins every single day from logging in. Like a lot of games have login bonuses. I feel like this game can also benefit from that. Like give us 1 or 2 fragile resins every day. That way we can refill it and play this game a little bit more. Another thing they can do is give us other ways to farm the materials that are only available inside the domains outside of the domains. Like for example, if I want to collect that weapon material, the one that looks like a giant old Nokia phone, you know, the brick. Like maybe they could put that in a barrel or something near a mine. Another thing they can also do is to speed up the updates in this game. Like instead of taking 6 weeks to release an update, maybe make it like 5 weeks or 4 weeks, you know, something like that. To make it so people who finish all of the content relatively quickly are able to, you know, get the newer content a little faster instead of having nothing to do for like 6 weeks. Because if MiHoYo wants people to think that this game is a console game, they have to have something to do in the game besides exploring the world and collecting chests and farming materials. Like right now, this game to me feels like a farming simulator. Like all I do is just farm domains and farm materials outside in the overworld. So yeah, it just doesn't really feel fun, I guess. It honestly sometimes could be a chore, so they gotta have some more story quests and stuff like that to do, besides, you know, upgrading your characters and just farming all the time. If MiHoYo decides to remove the resin system one day, this game can honestly be like an MMO. Like in an MMO, their game's not finished as well. They get the story updates every so often, and there's also no stamina system in an MMO besides maybe a daily limit to a dungeon or something, or weekly limit to a dungeon. But other than that, for the most part, you should be able to farm a dungeon over and over again. But even if you can't, in the MMO, for the most part you should be able to farm materials outside of dungeons. So you're not really locked to doing a dungeon to upgrade your characters and stuff like that. But I really don't think that MiHoYo is gonna get rid of the resin system. They are planning to do some changes to the resin system. As of right now when I'm recording this video, they haven't really released any notes on that, so I don't really know what they're gonna be doing. But hopefully it'll be good. And if it's not good, we can always leave feedback for them and maybe they'll change it some more. Like nothing's really concrete. Like they can always make changes. So yeah, if you guys don't like the changes they made, definitely leave a feedback, let them know how you feel and what they can do to get better. Because as a developer and a business, I'm pretty sure they want to improve and try to make their customers happy while also trying to make money. Like money is their main priority, so yeah, the resin system definitely generates them money because people use the Primo Gem to refill the resin, so that's also a way for them to make money. So they're not going to get rid of the resin system because of that, but they can always change it and make it better for other people as well. So yeah, definitely leave your feedback if you guys don't like any of the resin changes. Also let them know in the surveys as well, because MiHoYo does a lot of surveys. Like I played Genshin Impact in the past and they do surveys like every so often. Definitely leave your feedback in the surveys. But yeah, that's kind of about it for this video. But to basically summarize this video, Genshin Impact has one major and unique problem, and that is an identity crisis. They don't know if they want to be a mobile game or a console game, and MiHoYo kind of views Genshin Impact more as a mobile game rather than a console game, even though this game is supposed to be their gateway to the console gaming world. They aren't really treating this game as a console game, but more of a mobile game because of the whole resin system and the 6-month updates. And people play this game for long periods of time and kind of consider this game more of a console game. Can't really play this game as much as they want to because the resin system is kind of locking them from being able to play the game and collect materials to upgrade the characters and things of that nature. And then those people start to complain, and then MiHoYo doesn't really know what to do because, like I said before, they didn't really expect something like this to happen because stamina is something normal in their games. So since they view this game more of a mobile game, they didn't really, expect something like this to happen, and they didn't really know what to do, which is why they're scrambling to try to figure out how to fix this resin system and try to make people happy, whereas also trying to keep the resin system to try to make some money, because the resin system makes them money, obviously, because people refill them with Primo Gems. So yeah, it's kind of about the gist of it. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys agree with me or disagree? Let me know what you guys think about the problems in this game, as well as what you would do to solve this problem. I'm really curious on what you guys think about this. Like, this is my take on why everything is the way that it is. And don't get me started on the 5-star rates in this game. Like, I really don't think I need to make a video talking about it because we all know it's horrible. It's beyond bad. But it makes them money, so don't fix something that's not broken. So yeah, they won't be changing the rates anytime soon. But yeah, anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want more Genshin Impact videos, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, as I plan on doing more Genshin Impact videos on my channel, whether that be guides or more videos like this or kind of silly gameplay videos. But yeah, that's kind of about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.